choose right? I'm not sure. Did I open up the right door? I will never know for sure. I got these feelings, tell me what's the cure? Did I choose right? I'm not sure. Did I open up the right door? I will never know for sure. I got these feelings, tell me what's the cure? Well, everybody say what's the answer? Everybody wants to know, wants to know. But in another life I was a dancer, talking about I steal the show, steal the show. I never knew what happened on the other side, cause I got a life to give, a life to live. Ooh, I never knew what happened on the crash pad, cause I didn't take the risk. Did I choose right? I'm not sure. Did I open up the right door? I will never know for sure. I got these feelings, tell me what's the cure? Did I choose right? I'm not sure. Did I open up the right door? I will never know for sure. I got these feelings, tell me what's the cure? A thousand decisions like precision, so I spend my life wasted. Where's the paycheck? A million opportunities were squandered. Everyone's racing, I just wondered. Ooh, I never knew the rules to get accepted. Living in a moment, unperceptive. No grass is always greener on the other side. Guess I just sit back, enjoy the ride. Did I choose right? I'm not sure. Did I open up the right door? I never know for sure. I got these feelings, tell me what's the cure? Did I choose right? I'm not sure. Did I open up the right door? I will never know for sure. I got these feelings, tell me what's the cure? Feelings, tell me what's sure. Feelings, tell me what's sure. Tell me what's sure. Tell me what's sure.
Get out of your shell, pull the pockets out, watch a butterfly flap away. 3 seconds is enough to just mull over and reflect. Tell your snap to just leave today. Know what I mean? I sure don't, but I hope we all have enough to get by. Even if you're mad at me for being who I am as a passerby in the sweet sea. For nothing. You reap what you sow. Better stitch that shit up before dollar signs fly away. 2 words are enough to make stock slip off the shelf, shatter glass under barefoot. Without means to get safety, with safety you miss. It doesn't matter how hard you try to get by, you just try. I root for nothing. I root for nothing. I root for nothing. I root for nothing.
When we see someone who doesn't look like us, or sound like us, or act like us, or love like us, or live like us, the first thought that crosses almost everyone's brain is rooted in either fear or judgment, or both. That's evolution. We survived as a species by being suspicious of things that we aren't familiar with. In order to be kind, we have to shut down that animal instinct and force our brain to travel a different pathway. Empathy and compassion are evolved states of being. They require the mental capacity to step past our most primal urges. Cruelty is seen by some as an adroit cudgel to gain power. Empathy and kindness are considered weak. Many important people look at the vulnerable only as rungs on a ladder to the top. I'm here to tell you that when someone's path through this world is marked with acts of cruelty, they have failed the first test of an advanced society. They never forged new mental pathways to overcome their own instinctual fears. And so, their thinking and problem solving will lack the imagination and creativity that the kindest people have in spades. Over my many years in politics and business, I have found one thing to be universally true. The kindest person in the room is often the smartest.
Yeah. Check it. Yeah. From the soul, y'all. From the soul, y'all. From the soul, y'all. It's real hip hop music. From the soul, y'all. Never knew what. Never knew. Never knew. Never knew. Never knew what that divine to bring. I'd be lying if I said I didn't want millions. It's real hip hop music. Yeah. Check it. Yeah. It's real hip hop music. From the soul, y'all. From the soul, y'all. From the soul, y'all. It's real hip hop music. From the soul, y'all. Never knew what. Never knew. Never knew. Never knew. Never knew. Never knew. Never knew what that divine to bring. I'd be lying if I said I didn't want millions. It's real hip hop music.
Now you can tickle his anus for a couple of extra bucks. Hip-hop, you really went nuts, I used to love you. Hey, common sense just came off common. Now I don't know who I'm robbing. Gold chains and company wearing them. Maybe they figured out the symbolism. The symbolism is dark. It's oblique. A break. I don't give a fuck, I just spat on the creek. Hey. it? It's the new funk. No, it's not. Kids, experiment with drugs. Yeah, I told people do it safely. Wear gloves and maybe a helmet. And that's it for this week. Hey, I'll leave a little space here for the man like Ledger, also known as cholesterol. Or maybe his fatty acids. Nobody remembers the zoo, except the facial that I'm gonna leave you. You can close your eyes or you can open your mouth. I'm not going south, baby. I'm going all over your face, like an icy muffin.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Pause. That's what you need. Strap on your pack back, wooden shack, a cackalack kick back with a musical six-pack. My doppelganger knows, but he ain't telling me. Drop a clang on the road to Gethsemane. I'm no Peter Pan, check out these wrinkles, man. Like a chestnut pickled in your nan's flan. Meddling in other people's business, stink sweating after practicing fitness. Making mad beats on the limb drum. Get them cheap thrills like you Kimbo. Hump crumb, thumb a lip with a stiff. Richard. Cold, wearing a shift in the blizzard. Magic up a coat from the sleeve of a wizard. Cut in two, could say scissor. Please, I beg you. Fighting fires, extinction flames like you. Pew, guarding the crew. Puking cataracts, then slipping on the floor in my mom's best anorak.
Men from Atlantis, we are going to dance. Men from Atlantis, we are going to dance. Men from Atlantis, we are going to dance. Men from Atlantis, we are going to dance.
these motherfucking cops be on me. I got problems, ain't nobody calling back. Now what the fuck is happening with my ballin' cats? Remember me, your homie that was down the brawl, sipping Hennessy, hanging with the clowns and all. We used to do is drink, brew, screw, and come and knew we had bitches by the dozens. We fucking cousins, you can throw your middle finger if you feel me low. A nigga just got paid and we still was broke. It took time, but finally the cash was mine. All the rewards of a hustler stuck in the grind. Look around and all I see is snakes and fakes, just like scavengers waiting to take a hustler's pace. And when you stuck, where the fuck is all your friends? They straight busted and can't be trusted. Fuck y'all. Fuck all y'all. Fuck all y'all. Sippin' Tangeray and juicing what's the use, cause I'm a hopeless thug. Ain't no love, reminiscing on how close we was way back in the day, before they put the crack in the way. And hey, how much money can you stack in a day? It's getting rough, collect calls for my niggas in cuffs. I recollect we used to ball, now just living's enough. I stand tall in the winter, summer, spring and fall. Thug for life, sprawled all across the wall and all. I'm by my dollars, make me wanna holler. Drop an album, sell a million.
The king and his jester getting high on kick. Strange, our resistance. Fail to organize and get out of their base. Getting high on kicked. Strings of resistance. Fail to organize and get out of their beds. Playing with you, dangerous arts. They're playing with you, playing with the dangerous arts. They're playing with
like a candy shop. They be young and they pretty with them candy tops. They be young and they pretty and they can't be stopped. Shit, I'm young and I'm pretty, baby, can't we rock? Why not? 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 Why not?
beautiful sounds. The beautiful sounds.
You've got courage.
Coming through with the joint. We got the case. It's Laotree and Casey Racer.
Yo, what up, Don? What up, Don? What up, man? Fucking niggas up, man. They don't know the
Rebel of the street.